Hey, what's up guys? I'm back with another iPhone 11 video, and this time we will see how does it feel to use iPhone 11 in 2021. After the launch of iPhone 12 series, the price of iPhone 11 has dropped considerably and can now be bought for as low as $549 or 47,000 Indian rupees, or even for 29,000 rupees in the used phone market, and it's a beast for its price. And if you are confused whether you should go for a premium mid-ranger phone like Oppo Reno 5, OnePlus Nord, or even the entry-level Apple flagship iPhone SE 2020, then you should definitely watch the full video, as this may help you to make the right choice. I have compared it to many premium mid-rangers and premium flagships on my channel, and iPhone 11 won in most of the gaming tests. And the latest one is I compared my iPhone 11 to the 2020 Apple flagship iPhone 12 Pro Max, and it performed really well. You can watch the video by clicking on the card on the top right corner. This phone has been recently updated to iOS 14.3 and will most probably be updated till iOS 18. So that's a good news for existing and future owners of iPhone 11. And since it's running on iOS 14, you can see the widgets and app library. iOS 14 has brought some really great features like picture-in-picture mode for YouTube, improved Siri interface, improved security, and a whole lot of new features. And iOS 14 has been well optimized for its premium devices, and you can see there is no delay in touching and opening of the apps. I have used iPhone 11 for quite a while now, and one thing I like about this phone is that it's a beast at an affordable price and can handle any task easily. Although this phone is more than 1 year old and have received one major update from iOS 13 to iOS 14. And I am amazed that I am still getting 9 to 11 hours of battery backup with full day Wi-Fi, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and some YouTube usage, as it has a just 3110 mAh battery, which is quite low compared to today's standards. It also supports fast charging and can charge up to 50% in just 30 minutes. It also supports wireless charging, but sadly, it doesn't come with a fast charger out of the box. The phone looks premium with front and back glass body with aluminium frame. It's also IP68 certified water and dust resistant. At the bottom is the mic, speaker grill, and lightning port. You get the lock button and SIM card slot on the right side, and this phone also supports eSIM feature. On the left is the mute-unmute button and volume buttons. At the back is a 12 megapixel dual camera setup with dual tone dual LED flash. At the front is a 12 megapixel camera, 3D biometric depth sensor, proximity sensor, and earpiece, which also acts as a speaker, as this phone has stereo speakers. Talking about performance, it is a power pack performer and can handle latest hand games without any issue. iPhone 11 is powered by Apple A13 Bionic chip with hexa-core processor and Apple 4-core GPU, and it's a powerful combination of CPU and GPU. iPhone 11 comes with 3 storage options, 64GB, 128GB, and 256GB, all paired with 4GB of RAM. And gaming on this powerful device is an amazing experience. Same goes with Free Fire. Free Fire works on ultra graphics with everything set to full settings. The graphics look stunning, the game runs smoothly, there's no stuttering or graphic loading issue of objects that are far away. But the only downside is that while playing Free Fire, it gave just 5 hours of battery backup. Also, being a metal and glass phone, it heats up slightly, but that doesn't affect its performance, and that's not a big issue as it's a common story with every glass and metal phone. And it's a delight for PUBG lovers as well, as this phone can run PUBG at HDR mode with extreme FPS, so this is a gaming beast. Whereas the newly launched Note 20 Ultra Exynos variant can't run PUBG at extreme FPS. If you want to see my in-depth speed test comparison between Note 20 Ultra and iPhone 11, you can watch the video by clicking on the card on the top right corner. Social media apps like Snapchat and Instagram works flawlessly as they should on a flagship smartphone. The filters load quickly, there isn't any lag or anything, and same goes with Instagram. The scrolling and swiping feels buttery smooth, but the only downside is that even after being a flagship phone, this phone doesn't have 120Hz refresh rate. Now talking about the camera, this phone has a dual camera setup, a 12 megapixel f1.8 aperture wide angle camera with dual pixel face detection autofocus and optical image stabilizer, and a 12 megapixel f2.4 aperture ultra wide angle camera. There are some basic features in the stock camera app like time lapse, live photo, auto HDR mode, live filters, panorama, and 240fps slow motion video. You can shoot 4K videos up to 60fps. You also get the portrait mode, and Apple has nailed this technology and is one of the best phones in the market for capturing portrait photos. At the front is a 12 megapixel f2.2 aperture selfie camera which can shoot 4K videos at 60fps. You also get portrait mode, live filters, live photo, portrait lighting effects, time lapse, and 120fps slow motion video in the front camera as well. You can also edit the depth and add portrait lighting effects to your photos even after capturing them. So let's check out some camera samples. iPhone 11 has a powerful camera setup, and that's evident looking at the camera samples. The colors are saturated, there are loads of details, and the daytime pictures on this device are just phenomenal. The ultra-wide angle camera is also helpful for capturing some amazing shots. HDR shots look perfect, the details of the foreground and background are well maintained. The best one are the portraits, they look amazing, and even in 2021, most of the Android phones can't match the color accuracy and background depth of the iPhone portraits. Indoor photos under artificial lighting conditions look great. Low light photos look good, the lights doesn't get overexposed, and even in extremely dark conditions, this phone still takes great pictures as it has a night mode. Even selfies look good in outdoor, the color tones are well maintained, and even in indoor lighting, there's no noise in the photos. For security, it comes with Face ID, which is quite fast and most secure in the smartphone industry. Watching videos on iPhones has always been great thanks to the Retina displays, and it's true with iPhone 11 as well. iPhone 11 has a 6.1-inch Liquid Retina IPS LCD display with 828 by 1792 resolution and 326 ppi density. Although the resolution is quite low for a premium flagship phone, but you won't notice that in daily usage unless you watch your phone with a magnifying glass. The videos look crisp, it comes with True Tone display, that's why the colors look saturated, display is bright and has a good contrast ratio. The viewing angle is decent by the way. And to sum up in the end, whether you should buy iPhone 11 in 2021, then yes, it's a powerful smartphone which you can use for high-level gaming. It can easily do your daily tasks and has an amazing camera, along with great battery backup. It's still a much better choice than premium mid-ranger phones like Oppo Reno 5 or OnePlus Nord. And if you are confused whether you should go for iPhone SE 2020 or iPhone 11, then I will suggest you to go for iPhone 11 as it has a better and bigger display, comes with an ultra-wide angle camera, and it has a better battery backup as well. If you have any query about this phone or any other smartphone, please let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, do hit the like button. Also don't forget to click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get updates on our new video uploads. Also follow me on Instagram on techbuzz.insta page and techbuzz Facebook page. We will be back with another video soon. Till then, stay tuned.